Hello everyone, my name is Notepad Anon and I write games for fun. So what are we doing today? Today we're going to attempt, anyway, to wrap up the entirety of Fear and Hunger Forgotten Chronicles. That is the goal tonight. Will that happen? Yes. And if it doesn't, I'm going to do it anyway because I need to finish this game up. So what did we do last time? So if we scroll all the way down here, we did this dungeon creation, and it works. Here's our sample dungeon that we had to kind of get a good idea of what things are looking like. You know, so maybe wondering why do these look oddly similar? Those are just turned on their side. Notepad. Those are D8s. Shut up. Anchor. So, and gradually things changed and morphed until we had something like this. Santa Redeno Market District. And you have an idea of what this place looks like. There's the fish markets. There's the temple town. You know, there's a smuggling canal between these two areas. And everything around here feeds into one another. In a confusing layout of places and issues. Now, the thing is, this is somewhat randomized. And of course, again, this is rolled. But I also put in the note saying, hey, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to. Why? Because sometimes people don't want to do that. Sometimes people don't want to do the randomization part. And that's fine. I'm not going to force you. No, Cortana. Cortana, stop it. Cortana, stop. Stop existing. Isn't it? As much as it should. Locked entranceway. So let's see. So what are we doing today, though? What's the ending part of this? Well, we have two parts to really do. Hence why this isn't really a Notepad Must Die. We have to do enemy creation and innocent and corrupted characters. Enemy creation, I have a feeling, is going to be relatively simple. I have a few ideas how I want to do them. So let's actually get started on that right now. So let's see. Denizens. Actually, we'll call them beasts and bosses. Inside of... to do harm. Seek to do harm or hinder the character's progress. Progress through the darkness. Slaying, actually dealing with or slaying them. That may be the only recourse, or at least surviving their onslaught. Every monster inside has a purpose and history. They exist for a reason. They exist for a reason in this place, and and are not infinite. Are only let's see. Unlike in traditional video games, enemies don't actually. No, I don't want to. I usually don't like adding into sections like that because if you add in sections like that, it's oh geez, we got 3 people already. Welcome aboard, everyone. My bit rate is tanking. Why are you that? Stop it. Music. I ask so little of you, and yet you still disappoint me. So, let's see. What am I looking at here? But pretty much what we need to do is we need to design enemies, and enemy design, I hate enemy design. I always have. It is because you can either do it a really simple way or you can just brute force it, and brute forcing it is always a pain in my ass. Do I have anything in the lexicon to help me out? Lexicon, let's go. Do-do-do-do-do. This is from MGA. Probably going to have to put in a mega monster system to simulate the bosses. Or I go for the dungeon tactics method. That actually might not be a terrible idea. Fuck it, let's go with the dungeon tactics method. I think that's the best option. It's not going to be flawless, but it'll work. So let's see. They exist in this. I don't know. Infinite. Rather than detail a host of monster. Rather than detail a host of monsters and beasts, I would each god and their avatars have an assortment creatures that pledge their unknowing. If I can actually spell, geez, unknowing loyalty to. Assortment of creatures that pledge their pledge their loyalty to them. Each of these creatures have hungers, desires, and things they want. Actually, no, we don't want to put that section in there. I got my tea tonight. Got some pretty decent tea. I'm doing all right. Life is, as we would like to call it, pretty okay. That's all you can really ask for. I'm getting distracted by people posting cringe. Purchase rather details each god from their unknown loyalty to them. The void design each of the various creatures that find themselves wandering the dungeon, as well as the entities that control them. And I'm going to put a side note in here. Side note on human enemies. Humans exist. Actually, what I should say is most are going to assume. Actually, call it the human average. We're going to assume what I call human average which means that things are going to be roughly, actually, that's a terrible way. What I'm trying to get across here is enemies are going to be based off humans, and they're going to be better than humans. Everything's going to be kind of based on that, rather than like, here's a billion things, being like, take the base stats of a human and edit. Actually, no, we can do that. So, side note, human average. Use humans. Designing humanoid creatures. Increasing or decreasing there. Increasing or decreasing their various parts to represent their strengths, weaknesses. They are mean, they are strong, but you have determination. Actually, we should say, but tormented have determination. Okay. We're going to take this section almost wholesale. That right here. 4 tiers of foes to encounter: minions, brutes, villains, and the overlord. Minions are fodder, weak alone, but strong in mass. Brutes are on par with... Actually, we'll call them... Yeah, we'll call them fourth. To encounter lesser souls, greater souls. Actually, no. How do I want to word this? Yeah, we'll go with minions, brutes. Minions, brutes, greater souls, and bosses. Actually, no, we'll call these bosses and greater souls. Minions are fodder creatures. Creatures that are far below the human average. Able to be fodder creatures that are on par or lesser than most humans. These creatures are not dangerous alone to a trained fighter, but can be dangerous in groups. Brutes are strong and haunt the halls, looking for their own survival. Well above the human average. These creatures will require teamwork to successfully defeat the bosses. Kill an unprepared man in the single stroke and maim the prepared ones. They radiate power. Feed themselves with either loyal servants or their own titanic strength. Finally, greater souls, those on par with tormented. Corrupted by the... Actually, greater souls are far above the power of most mortals, and tap directly into the gods' power themselves. Often these entities are avatars of the gods, or those who seek to supplant them. Spoiler alert, by the way, feared hunger enemies list. Like, here's the thing. I'm going to consider, like, a prison guard to be a brute. However, like, an elite guard is also, it's also a brute to some degree. They are very different. Because, yeah, even here, you see, like, there aren't actually that many. Yeah, this is the elite guard. Yeah, things like the salmon snake. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? Didn't mean to hit that. No. Goodbye, Steam. Goodbye. Go away. Doesn't like it when I do that. Oh no. Oh no. Something's breaking. Oh no. Calm down. I get to wait for everything to load up again. Alright, alright. But what I may be doing is I may be doing a I may be doing a... how do I want to word this? Almost like a point buy system for enemies. I don't want to do this. Like a point buy system for enemies and then like edit them as appropriate, or do I just say fuck it more than anything? Being like, yeah, no, just throw enemies at them, see what happens, see what shit sticks. Hmm. We're not gonna do that then. We're gonna have to improvise. Improvising was what we do best here. So, let's see. Hmm. Unless we do with a number of like traits or something. That actually might be a terrible idea. So let's... how do I want to do this? I had this all like everything was up here. I was just like, yeah, this is gonna be really easy, and then I'm like, no, this isn't gonna be easy at all. Fuck. Actually, you want to know what may work? Kill two birds. Let's kill two birds with one stone. And we're going to go to Fear and Hunger Forgotten Chronicles. We'll open up the worksheet. Okay. We're going to post this right here. We're going to add in. So let's see. We have Absorber. We'll call it Armored. To all limbs health. Mutants, the an extra limb or mutated. Oh, has an extra limb. Let's see, bestial. Creature is a beast, possessing no hands, but multiple legs, teeth, and other horrifying instruments of pain, instruments of death. We'll do demi-humans. Is half man, half beast. In SR. Actually, what we could do is type of enemy, and then traits. So if we do type of enemy, we can do beasts, humanoids, demi-humans, aberrations, Actually, we can put undead, absorber, and actually we'll put undead. Source not from fear or hunger. Let's construct. Destroying the head does nothing. We'll do the mutant. Then we'll do so beasts have a natural. Let's see. We're gonna have to do type of enemy, natural SR. If we do humanoids have a natural SR of 20, we're gonna have beasts gonna have a natural SR of 24. Actually, we're gonna have 16. Demi-humans are going to have 18. Aberrations are going to have 15. 15. They're fairly easy to hit because they're usually hulking abominations of God. And what other enemies can we think about? Types. Enemy types. One of the few times I'll ever go to D&D. Yeah, let's go to D&D, everyone, and see what we can do. Oh yeah, I forgot. The homeless. Like, let's see. Okay, we can add that in. Created. Low lives. We'll just call it fauna. Construct. Created are going to have a natural SR of 8. They're pretty easy to hit. And the fauna are going to have a natural SR of 18. Actually, no, they're probably going to have a natural SR of only 10 because they're plants and stuff that's rooted. Actually, what we'll do is we'll put traits and then, actually, no. Put type of enemy difficulty. Put this right here. So if we're putting the difficulty, we'll put minion, brutes, boss, the greater soul. Actually, I'm not even going to add greater soul in here. I'm going to put a side note being like, hey, if you want to bring in a greater soul, you handcraft that bitch. Do whatever the hell you want. It doesn't give a shit. So let's see. Limb health bonus. Let's see. Most are going to have negative 15 there. Brutes are going to have a plus 15. Yeah, you're going to have 15. Bosses are going to have a 50. Actually, we'll do 25. iPhone, how are you? What you need? Oh, goodness. My mother discovers Twitter again. Limb health bonus. What else are we looking at? What other options do we have to edit characters up? Actually, what I should do is natural SR can use weapon / armor? Question mark? No. Humanoids? Yes. Demi-humans? Yes. Aberrations? Maybe. Created? Yes. Fauna? No. Actually, we can have to put down. Let's see. Another ability. I should put in natural weapons, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'll probably have to put in natural weapons, don't I? Welcome to the wonderful world of no pattern known. Let's see if we're going to limb health. Actually, we can do is health bonus. So we'll do 0. No, they're actually going to get a health bonus anyway because of the nature of the limbs they're getting. Actually, what we can do is we can do put the human in there, limb health bonus 0. So they're just regular people more than anything. How do I want to word that? How do I want to see this? Actually, I want to put a natural weapon. So, what I want to do is I want to make a sample character. I want to make a sample enemy. What we're going to call it is we're going to call it a mad leper. Santa Marina. So we're going to have to do head, left arm, actually head, torso, left arm, right arm, left leg, right leg. And he is going to be a human enemy. He's going. His two big issues is that he is going to have the diseased tag. When the enemy attacks, exposed section of the body, coin flip. Coin flip, gain gain the diseased condition. And that's going to be his first trait, and his second trait is he's going to have feel no pain. The enemy does not register pain. Does not register pain at all. They gain a plus 25 to all limb health. So, what are we looking at here? What are we looking at here? We want to do, and he's going to be a basic humanoid. Guess we need to determine this. So, forgot about fears. So let's see, 4 additional fears. So we're going to be looking at six total. 6 total is our number. Fear, and we're looking at, it'd be, oh God, how do I want it? Was 44. No, it was 50. So actually 20, 40. Then it was, yeah, 50 for fate. Total fate. All right. Fate. They're going, since we're going to have 6, lesser, greater. Hello, phone. All right, give me one moment. Welcome back. Hello, welcome to my mother calling me to tell me that she got retweeted by someone. I love my mother to death. She does like telling me about her Twitter escapades and how she's becoming an influencer. Pain, Pekka, pain. Okay, let's see. Aberrations, you're going to have 10 fit. Four. Let's see. Can use weapons and fates, and we'll call it the fears. Wait. Fate, fear, and love. Fear, love. 50 total fate. You're going to be a lesser creature. 50 aberrations. You're going to have 70. Created are going to have NA. Created don't understand that. And fauna are going to have NA. They do not understand fear. They don't understand fear or being a satanic evil bastard. No, I'm not going to post my mother's Twitter handle. No, my mother loves The Walking Dead. She adores that series. They aired like the super special Here's Negan special the other night, and she's called me about 3 times at this point, being like, how do I pirate this? Because I want to see it and I don't want to buy AMC Plus. Hey, Notepad, I've got AMC Plus. How do I make it go? Hey, Notepad, I just watched Here's Negan. Let me tell you about how I got retweeted by someone. I'm like, yep, that's my mom. All right. Love her to death. Oh, God, let's see. You can use weapons, fear, loves. I feel like I'm missing something. Difficulty, limb health bonus. Unless we do something like... Actually, no. It's going to be either traits more than anything. Yeah, my mom got banned off Facebook. I've talked about this before. My mother got banned off Facebook, so she went to Twitter, and she shit posts. I'm a shit poster. I troll around on the 4chans. Nah, she's a professional shit poster. I've always found that amusing. So let's see. Difficulty. Actually, we can say traits are going 2. You're going to have 3. You're going to have 3 to 5. 3 to 6. Actually, I'm going to do 5, 6. Beasts are going to get 1. Humanoids are going to get 1 less. Demi-humans are going to get 1. Aberrations are going to get 2. Created are going to get 0. And fauna is going to get 2. I've come to that conclusion. Shitposting is genetic. And that scares me. Well, let's see. So we want to make a generic enemy. He's a human. So let's do his fear. His ferocity is going to be 3. What's his fear going to look like? His fear is going to, he's going to be humanoid. He's going to have 6. Eruditeness -2. Adroitness 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. He is a unthinking creature. However, he is very skilled. Actually, we can even. So 8, yeah. A ferocious creature who doesn't understand that, hey, I'm so love, occult, vitality, evils. And he's going to get 50 since he's got 4. Luck, he's not going to be terribly lucky. He's only going to get 10 there. He's going to get 15 in his occult, 15 in his vitality, and 15 there. So 30, 45. There we go. And next we go. Finally, we wrap things up with health. Since he's human, he's going to get that. But he also gets the bonus. So it's going to be 45, 95, 25, 55, 55, 60, 60. Our random leper here just doesn't understand that he is in pain. And you want to deal with him, you're going to have to take out his limbs, take out his arms. Actually, what I should do is put his health. Health is the combination of everything, and his mind is going to be 0. He is insane. And his health is going to be, let's see, 45, 45, plus 55, plus, actually, increase it by 25, it's 200, 225, 250, 275, 300, 350. He has 350 health, and what's he got on him? I am a crazy bastard who is on the verge of inhumanity. He's going to have a club on him. It's going to do 2d6 damage. He's going to have a cloth head wrap. Does he have anything on his torso? Probably not. He's not going to have anything on that. He's not going to have a shield either. Yeah, his goal, he's going to try to beat you to death. Once he's done beating you to death, he's probably going to start trying to eat you. Yep, welcome to the most basic enemy I can think of at the top of my head. He beats you to death, and then when he's done beating you to death, he's going to eat you. We do not want you here anymore. We don't need you. Okay. So what we need to do is enemy creation charts. When designing an enemy, consult the following charts. Build as appropriate. Remember, these charts are for your convenience, and should not be taken as gospel. The dungeon is not fair. It does not care, and it will kill you. And it will kill the tormented. Harsh, probably. Do I care? Not really. So, we're going to do the type of enemy. Because I find it funny when I subject my players to pain. Because I am a bad person. We want to do that. We're going to shrink you down to something like that size. How big is that? That's one exactly. Perfect. Select everything. Table properties, 1. Demi-human. And it's going to drive me absolutely up the goddamn wall that it's not alphabetized. Remember, kids, always alphabetize your charts. It saves lives. Don't do what I do, because Pat is dumb and he makes decisions that he shouldn't. Select everything. Good whiskey. So actually, well, let me see. And then we want to do the... So it doesn't need to be... Whoa, no, okay. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Did I type in 1200 there? Yes, I did. Did everything break? Yes. You hit one button wrong in Google Docs. Like, time to explode, Lamau. Man, wouldn't it be hilarious if my entire game just exploded? Ha, loser. What I'm gonna do to kill the tormented. So we want to do. Let's see, the determines what they look like and how they act. Different creatures will want and hunger for different things, and some can even be negotiated with. This chart determines the survival rating, equipment, attributes, and the starting number traits an enemy possesses. So, as discussed above, the difficulty represents enemy is in general. Lower difficulty creatures having less limb health and in turn less health than other creatures. Greater souls are so unique that placing them here would feel redundant. That placing them here are so unique that each should be crafted to their exact specifications. What does that mean? If you want to make a greater soul, you are making a boss monster, you are making something big, scary, and horrifying, you're going to need to do that by yourself. You're going to need to sit down, you're going to make it. What do I like? From Fear and Hunger proper, it's not the salmon snake, you don't really need the stone salmon, you don't really need to do that. You can kind of do it here. Other monsters, other bosses, for example, probably the most famous one, Crow Mauler, for example. Crow Mauler, you might want to just do him by himself. He's going to do his own thing, and he's going to beat you to death with his arm. Crow Mauler is scary. Everyone cries because Crow Mauler will kill you and make fun of you and then eat your face. And no, there is no solution. The method to defeat Crow Mauler is to quite literally pray. That is how you defeat Crow Mauler. And any other strategy people tell you about, they are lying. Because he kills you. That's it. That's a superpower, kids. Be some other. Oh, I know, Ghost. Is ethereal and incorporeal. Consume. If successfully attacking, we'll begin to eat. We'll begin to eat the character. Actually, what we want to do is the creature is easily twice. Then additional action every round. What's your superpower? I don't feel like dying, Lamau. Fred's description. Turn off filter. Create filter. A to Z. And it's one of those situations where I can probably go into graphic detail on every single one of them, but I don't actually want to because that's going to kill me internally. So what we do instead is you provide people options. The more options you give people, the more likely they know what they're going into. Ubuntu 12. Ubuntu 12. Or the back. And you hand me the enemy. survive in this hellish hole. Understanding and dealing with these traits. Understand dealing with the enemy's traits are almost as valuable as dealing with the enemy. No. Actually, let's see. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. What we want to do is insert below hearted limb. Gaining plus 50. Actually, fuck it, plus 100 limb health. You're not killing that. Ha ha ha. Everybody laugh at this person. They think they can kill this monster. We're going to put in below a set of example traits using your own game, but the encouragement is you create your own based on the gods they worship and the world they inhabit. Sample traits. All right. Kind of a cop-out. Not perfect, but it'll work. Now we get to go on to the last part of this entire endeavor. Innocence and corrupted. Actually, final nail. Innocence and the corrupted. The tormented will die. Dungeon. Giving place. And as the void. And the void's duty emphasize the hostility of the flip. The void duty to emphasize the and hostility of them. Pressure on the original bands and the tormented themselves. When a tormented dies, either by their own hand or another's, the player will not create a new tormented character. Instead, they will choose to create a innocent or a corrupted. Innocence. Actually, we'll start with. We'll start with innocence. Innocence. Regular people stuck in the. Perhaps they wandered in for promises of safety, duty, or greed, or maybe they are simply Force fall into depravity. Innocents are regular people. They do not have the spark of engine. They do not have the spark of the tormented, nor the black mark of the corrupted. Character. Rather than choose an archetype, instead pick and choose their own fear and love. Their own fear and love, providing 5 points of fear. And let's see, it would be 50 is the base, so we want to do 40 and 40 points of love. Attributes as choosing 3 skills of the choice. Once completed, the innocent is done. They're simple and straightforward. Not adapted fully to the survival. Then it. But possessing the necessary tools and equipment to the idea behind this is that you aren't leaving. You aren't leaving, you're not coming, no one's coming in. No one's coming in and be like, aha, I've come to save you. You know, I'm someone just like you. Like, no. Sorry. Once you're in there, if you die in there, you're not going to maybe making a new character. You're not going to be making a new tormented. You're going to be making an innocent character, someone who is just a regular person stuck in that situation. And they were a little bit more diverse in their specific application, but you have a little bit less fate, a little bit less fear, a little bit less love. You have a little bit less skills. You're not up to par with the other characters. But again, that's kind of the point. They died. You need someone focused. You need someone who's going to do one thing and one thing very well at that point. You have Fighter Man, you have Smart Man. You don't have anyone who can actually fix their armor. Or you don't have anyone who can actually help them. These characters are, you know, if you have this little hub village, you know, everyone's, you know, kind of hanging out in, it's you drafting the blacksmith's apprentice to come with you. It's you drafting the local doctor or one of the local clergymen to come with you. They know some things, and they know this place a little bit better than you, but not much. And they're regular people. They're innocent. They're innocent of whatever the hell's going on here. Regular people. And in game, we see a few innocents. And actually, this particular idea was based off of technically 2 characters. One being Kahara, the actual mercenary from the game. Even though technically he is a tormented. I like his description of, like, he's just a mercenary. He is someone who's been brought into the dungeon, not really of his own will, and he's saying, I'm going to do this for money. He does not care. Out of all of the endings, he has the most human ending, and I always love that about him. Based off Kahara and the girl. That is actually her name, the girl. Uh, she has other stuff going on. She's a little bit more plot important, but she is a little girl, and she is a 10-year-old child, and you can give her a knife. That's her skills. Congratulations. Ta-da! It's a small child and a knife. Like, don't worry, everyone. This is fine. It's not fine. And those are kind of the ideas. Now, for the next one, The Corrupted, is based primarily off of Moonless, who is one of my favorite characters in the game because it is a giant dog, and Moonless is a good boy, and he saves lives. Moonless, give Moonless treats, or he will save your ass early game. Next, we want to do the Corrupted. Dungeon is a corrupting force. Cares little about. Will actively seek out and devour. See, cares little for the inhabitants and will actively seek out and devour the weak. But sometimes the corrupted are these denizens. Individuals or things to a facsimile of them, and to a poor representation of themselves. In a desperate attempt to survive. Their minds are broken, their bodies twisted. Their bodies twisted, and their souls blackened. They still wish to survive. When creating a corrupted character, consult the enemy design section above, and follow the rules as laid out. Corrupted character normally drawn from beasts, created, demi-humans, or humanoids. Representing ideas, representing individuals who can move and somewhat think for themselves. Been twisted and broken. All corrupted characters start with 2 traits, and 2 traits and 2 skill. 2 traits and 2 skills. However, they may sub out skills for additional traits if they wish. Music. Yeah, welcome to this music. Like, it's very quiet. When I can't hear it, something is wrong. Let's see. So, how are these? So that goes for additional traits if they wish. Let's see the trade off. Let's see, do additional traits too soon. Trade off for this newfound power: simple inhumanity. Normal resident. See, the character is a freak of nature. Something clinging desperately to it. Using the remaining aspects of their mind. Kept repulsive. All right. Pretty much. Let me see. This is who I want to represent using these rules. Is Moonless, otherwise known as the good dog. Look at him. He's adorable. And yeah, it's like I want to represent this character coming along with you to fight side by side, or I want to represent this boy coming along and he wants to tell you hi. I want to do things like that with this. You're trading out humanity for power, effectively. Pretty simple. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make a sample character. Actually, nah, I'm good. I don't need to make a sample character. But I believe we're done. We are done. Everyone laugh at Jiwa, whatever the... no, go away, Kerwa. Begone, Kerwa. God, I hate people who try to make me famous. I want to become famous naturally, damn it. But let's hit that. And tools, word count. 11,615 words. Even though that will probably change when I fix up the table of contents. So, it's done. Yeah, that's the idea. There, Shadowcat. It's the idea is that Tormented are fairly unique. They're people entering this dungeon for a very specific reason, for a very protagonisty cause. I want to get that across from the concept of the game, because in the game, you're pretty much told from the get-go, you're important because you're here. That's the only reason. Because you're here doing things now, are you important. And I want to get that across with the idea of the tormented. And once you pass, you're dead. The tormented character is gone. Their story is over, and you have to kind of get this new character. In the situation where all the tormented characters die, I would still continue the game. That's what I would do. I would still continue it, with the idea being that they have set in motion something. They've set in motion, a few desperate innocents trying to get off the island. They've set in motion a few corrupted doing their best to kind of, stake their claim in this hell. They've done something to set in motion other problems or other issues, which is another reason why I would almost encourage people to run the same situation, scenario even, multiple times for either the same group or a different group, which would be, what happens if? What happens if you get all your tormented characters to there, or you get this certain character up to this point even? What happens? Does good things happen, bad things? If we don't have the doctor, the innocent doctor that we saved because our knight got brained, but so we can't cure someone, what happens when we come across that person again and we need to cure him, but none of us know medical stuff? What do? We have a different situation, different scenario, different problems. And I think that could be an interesting experience to go through. Having almost that meta knowledge of the players, being like, we know kind of what's going on, but how do we change things? Because that's one of my favorite things about Fear and Hunger. It's a lot of little things in that game add up. And one of my favorite parts is you meet a character very early on, a set of characters, and they're part of this party called Lord Buckman's party. That's one of the characters, Lord Buckman. And through your actions, they do things. They survive, they die, they get into trouble and you have to save them. They help you in certain situations. They commit acts against humanity. They try to save themselves. But they're not part of your party at all. They're not characters that you can bring along and let's fight together. No, they're their own entities. They're doing things. And on different playthroughs, you can see what you can do with them. I want to save these guys. I'm going to do everything in my power to save them. Next playthrough, you say, fuck it. What happens if I kill them? I'm going to throw these guys out and see what happens. I think that's one of my favorite parts about some of those, that kind of game design. It encourages multiple playthroughs. You already know what the idea is. You already know what the story is. But it's the story changes. Do you bring along this character? What about the dialogue they have? Do you not bring along this character? Or what happens now you don't have this character? And you can do things the exact same, but maybe something changes. Maybe you lose an arm early. Maybe you get hurt, too early, and you don't want to fight this boss right away, and you find something else new. Do things in different orders. That's the part I always find interesting. But with the end of Fear and Hunger, this game was weird. This game was more difficult than I actually thought it was going to be. Easier and more difficult at the same time. I think at the end of the day, its main difficulty came in exactly what I thought it was going to be. There were humps that needed to be crossed. However, they were humps that you didn't think they were going to be. I honestly thought it was going to be like, okay, time for equipment, time for, and then the dungeon. Equipment was kind of hard. A dungeon wasn't as hard as I actually thought it was going to be. But combat really threw me for a loop. This actual character creation really threw me for a loop. I wasn't ready for that. But I learned a lot though. Yeah, don't try. We don't talk about some of the other games I've written. Oh god. Some of those games are monsters. I don't mean for them to be, but they just kind of end up that way. But am I happy with the system itself? I think so. I think the D20 system kind of serves this fairly well. I would say I did what I needed to do with kind of a presiding issue when it came to armor. And I'm happy what I did here with all the different armors and such. I think this is going to be integrated through, trust me, into other projects, which is going to save my ass a lot of time. But I might actually use this combat for different things. I might, take some of these ideas and implement them in other projects just because I think they work. And I wasn't really anticipating it to work as well as it did. Uh, I would say everything past this part, I'm not happy about. Like, I'm not like super uber happy with because it puts a lot of emphasis on the GM. I am happy with dungeon creation. I fucking love this. If I ever have to do dungeons, this is what I'm going to use on fun fact. But there's a lot of wishy-washy. You can do it, GM, and that's partially because I'm a lazy bastard, and partially because I open this game up to kind of accommodate anything. It's not a focus setting. If it was a focus setting, cool, I can do it. If I was adapting Fear and Hunger 1-to-1, awesome. I'm going to adapt Fear and Hunger 1-to-1. But I'm not. I am letting the game master decide what they want to run. I want to run it in a broken city. Cool, that's your prerogative. Tell me all about it. I want to run it in a dungeon. All right, awesome, cool, go for it. I cannot stop you, and I will not stop you. I want to run it in a spooky forest, even. Awesome, I'm down. Tell me about it. And just having that idea kind of opens things up really broadly. It's like, oh crap, how do I do this? And I'm hoping that the creation of the gods helps. Helps would be the note there, but without a dedicated setting, this kind of parts like this get difficult. That's all you can really say about it. But what's on the slate? What's up? What's going on? What's hopping? Man, I am a boomer. Let's see. So, project folder dice. We want to scroll all the way down, and we want to go to things Notepad add-on wants to do. We are almost so close to being done with the current list. Now I'll be happy when that's done. So, we're actually going to be doing. It will be Fists of Chaos next. It's going to be a Redux project. We actually got 2 Redux projects on the way. So, yeah, this is going pretty solid. Most likely what'll happen is this Wednesday I will do the Redux prelim stream of Fist of Chaos. We'll start that on Friday. This Saturday I'm going to be doing the Curious Case of I have 3 games in mind. I'm still kind of debating on how I want to do them though. I do have one which is guaranteed, the Crimson Box, the Bonkles RPG. Woo boy, that's going to be a fun one. That's going to be an interesting duck. And I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Please God save me from the Bonkles RPG. It was supposed to be so easy, but it's 3.5.5e. It's awful and I hate it, but I can't. But I'm in it now. And after that, I actually might be doing a twofer that day, depending on how the day goes to wrap up Project Inchling. I don't know how long Fist of Chaos is going to be, because Fist of Chaos is a complicated game. And I have a feeling it's going to be Notepad sits in front of his computer and watches hours upon hours upon hours of Absolver gameplay. Like, let's learn Absolver today. Because that is what that game is based on almost entirely. It's fighting games and Absolver. Yeah, Project Inkling is not going to be long at all. That's just literally just going to be an editing run. That's what I'm thinking. Like, if I have enough time on Saturday and I don't burn myself out, I might actually do a twofer stream. One in the morning, kind of one in the late at night, of fixing up the entirety of Project Inkling. Just wrapping it up to be done with it. But that's current list. That's current schedule as of right now. I will be heading off. Godspeed. Good luck. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will catch you all on the flip side. See you this Wednesday if you feel like stopping by. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell whatever the hell you want. Hit the like, comment, subscribe button. My YouTubing right.